What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here from Darium's Pokemon. Gonna be doing another card of the day video. Today's card of the day is Duskmane Necrozma GX. This thing is insane. This is the metal type Pokemon GX that everybody's talking about in the upcoming set. This thing could put metal type Pokemon on the map. Duskmane Necrozma GX. What even is it? I don't really play the video games that much. I don't know how somehow Necrozma and like Solgaleo seem to have like birthed into like one massive monster thing, but I'm not complaining because this thing is dope. So let's check it out. It's a metal type basic Ultra Beast Pokemon GX. It's got 3 attacks, 190 hit points, and metal typing. When we hear metal typing, we automatically start thinking about what kind of assistance does metal type have in standard format, in expanded format. There are some options. In standard format, there's Metagross GX. Metagross GX can accelerate metal energy from the discard pile to the active Pokemon, which is going to be really good for this Duskmane Necrozma. In expanded format, there's Bronzong, which sits on the bench and accelerates metal energy from the discard pile to the bench, so that could be a valid option as well. Duskmane Necrozma has a hulkish 190 hit points, an amazing hit point stat for a basic Pokemon GX, especially one that is going to be doling out some crazy hits like this one does. Necrozma GX, it's got 3 attacks. Let's take a look. The first one, translated from Japanese, is Claw Slash. For 3 colorless energy, does 60 damage. Nice little vanilla attack, but probably not what we're writing home about. The next one, Meteor Tempest, is what everybody is excited about. 220 damage. You can even see that on the Japanese cards. You don't need to be able to translate in order to read that. 220. What in the world is Duskmane Necrozma doing with 4 energies, 3 metal, and 1 colorless to do 220 damage? It says that you have to discard 3 energy from this Pokemon. Now, fortunately, like I had said, Metagross GX can accelerate energy from the discard pile to the active Pokemon. So if you have Duskmane Necrozma in the active position, you Meteor Tempest, 220 damage, you discard 3, you have 1 energy left on your Necrozma. Then you could go ahead the next turn. If you have 2 Metagross GX in play, you could accelerate 2 energies from the discard pile to that Pokemon, attach 1 more from hand, and you can Meteor Tempest again. 220 damage is a huge amount of damage to do for a basic Pokemon. I mean, this thing is going to have none of the problems that Tapu Bulu has. Tapu Bulu caps out at that 210 with Choice Band. It's tough to knock out Gardevoirs. Gardevoir is weak to this thing. This thing is going to abuse Gardevoir so easily. I mean, this thing could knock out Gardevoir GX's clean without even using its weakness clause, and without even using the fact that it's hitting Gardevoir for weakness. So 220 damage, you attach a Choice Band, 250 damage to a Pokemon GX or EX. That's enough to knock out anything in standard format. So amazing attack there. It's kind of what Metagross GX needed. Metagross GX was a pretty good deck in its own right when it was only swinging with Metagross GX for 150 or 180 with a Choice Band. Now that Duskmane Necrozma comes into the picture and gives Metagross GX a Pokemon that can cleanly knock out anything in format, including another Metagross GX, this is really going to put metal on the map, and I think it's a great attack for that archetype and for that deck. Is really going to bring some life to metal in the format to come. Now, Duskmane Necrozma does have a GX attack as well. Translated from Japanese, it is called Eclipse Sun GX. 250 damage for only 3 metal energy. What does it say? It says this attack can only be used if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. So that is a very cost-efficient attack. Only 3 energy to do 250 damage is insane. However, it does come with that clause. You can only use it if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, which is actually really good if your opponent happens to be playing an aggressive deck like Buzzwole or something like that, and you're having a little bit of a hard time getting moving, then that GX attack could be a valid choice. So say your opponent is playing a Buzzwole deck or something like that, and they're chipping off your Beldums early, your Matangs, they're going down, but you do manage to get 3 energy onto this Duskmane Necrozma, then you could go ahead, pull off that GX attack, knock out a Buzzwole or a Zoroark or anything that happens to be chipping away at your board position early. Then you can respond with a Meteor Tempest the following turn, take 4 prizes within the course of 2 turns very easily with an Eclipse Sun, and a Meteor Tempest back to back. Now, since you can only use one GX attack per game in a game of Pokemon trading cards, Eclipse Sun GX does have some competition as far as which GX attack you're going to be using in this metal type deck. Most notably, Algorithm GX. Algorithm GX really helps set this deck up. I mean, with Metagross GX in the active position, you can search your deck for any 5 cards out of your deck and put them into your hand. It's amazing for getting multiple Metagross into play and gets used all the time. Now, unfortunately, that does get end away quite a bit. So maybe Eclipse Sun GX is just another awesome GX attack to have, especially if you get to set up without using your Algorithm GX, then Eclipse Sun GX is an excellent GX attack to fall back on in that deck. I love the idea of using Duskmane Necrozma alongside Metagross in the same deck in order to just like punch out huge attacks after huge attacks. I think Duskmane Necrozma is everything that a Metagross deck wanted. Metagross GX is definitely more of a support Pokemon and not really the attacker that we needed in that metal type deck. We tried using Necrozma with the Psychic Energies Necrozma GX. That didn't really work out. Duskmane Necrozma is the hero I think this deck was looking for. To round things off on this archetype, to round things off on the card, it's got a weakness to fire, a nice resistance to psychic, and a retreat cost of 3. Everything in that deck's got a retreat cost of 3 though, so I'm not complaining. This thing is a beast and should be fine in order to get it retreated, especially when you have Metagross GX being able to accelerate energy onto it. Not to mention, the Solgaleo Prism is a good card as well, and I'm probably going to be reviewing that soon. So thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like the video. Let me know what you think of Duskmane Necrozma in the comments below. Like the video, sub to the channel. Peace.